Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here. Donald Trump Jr. asks who is investigating the investigators. Tom Fitton responds. As the Gateway pundit has been reporting for over 2 years, the Department of Justice and FBI used unethical and criminal actions to go after candidate and President Donald Trump and his associates and families. Last week, contributor Joe Hoff put together a stunning list of Mueller and deep state questionable actions. The list: more than 100 times the FBI, DOJ, and or Mueller gang deviated from standard practice or committed crimes in effort to exonerate Hillary and indict Trump. Wow. On Saturday, Donald Trump Jr. called for investigations on hacks. Representative Adam Schiff and Andrew McCabe. Investigate. On Saturday, Donald Trump Jr. retweeted Paul Sperry's tweet on conflicted former Deputy Director of FBI Andrew McCabe's intent to go after reporter Sarah Carter and John Solomon. Wow, as I've been saying for weeks, who is investigating the investigators? They have run around with their own personal agenda for years and done so totally unchecked. It has to stop. Judicial Watch founder and President Tom Fitton responded, "We are." New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio goes full AOC commie. Plenty of money in this country and the world. It's just in the wrong hands. These people are such idiots. First they say we're going bankrupt. We can't have any more jobs. We can't have more than a 1.3 gross domestic product. We can't have anything less than 8% unemployment. AKA the words of the commie, socialist, Marxist Obama. But now we have plenty of money. Why? Because Trump brought it. Not you. Not you destroying New York City, Mayor Blasio. Blasio went full Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez communist in a statement posted to Twitter Sunday morning, proclaiming there is a conspiracy to keep working people down that keeps the plentiful money in the country and the world in the wrong hands. More propaganda from the propagandists, elitists. All over this country, people are working harder and harder, but getting less and less, which is a big fat lie. No, recently, in fact, in the last 2 years, people are getting more and more. The cost of living is only going up 2%, while the cost of paying on the job has gone up even higher. So that's a big fat lie, you stupid liar. The first time since probably 2 decades. De Blasio's statement came the morning after a late-night report by the New York Post warning the city faces a financial crisis as de Blasio has jacked up spending. As tax-fleeced businesses and individuals flee en masse and city public spending surges into the stratosphere, why are the businesses fleeing like Amazon, de Blasio? Because you stopped them. Financial analysts say Gotham is perilously near total fiscal disaster. Which one is it? I thought you had plenty of money in the world. Long-term debt is now more than $81,000 per household, and Mayor de Blasio is ramping up spend as much as $3 billion more in the new budget than the current $89 billion. The city is running a deficit and could be in a real difficult spot if we had a recession or a further flight of individuals because of tax reform, said Milton Ezrati, chief economist of Vested. CNBC reported Friday that New York State is conducting highly intrusive investigations of wealthy residents who have fled the high-tax state. New York conducted about 3,000 non-residency audits a year between 2010 and 17, collecting around $1 billion, according to a data company. New York is looking at cell phone records, social media feeds, and veterinary and dentist records and verifying residency. All right, so let's attack all the people that make a little bit more money. Right. When Donald Trump actually addressed that in what he wants for his taxes. No loopholes. You see, the Democrats always want to give them loopholes, and now they're going to attack them, have investigations costing more money for investigations and getting that money when all they had to do is have no loopholes. Simple, sign your taxes on one sheet of paper. How much money did you make? This is what you owe. Right? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. Meanwhile, de Blasio's wife is facing scrutiny for the handling of $850 million in funds for a mental health program. At the same time, a high-dollar educational mayoral initiative was shuttered due to failure, the Daily Mail reported last week. Yes, I reported that last week. For de Blasio, money in the right hands appears to mean in Democratic Party-run governments slush funds and not in the hands of those who earned the money. Very well said. Very true. Abu Dhabi to sell Chrysler building for $700 million less than they paid, all thanks to AOC-style progressive tuition-free college. Abu Dhabi is selling the Chrysler building. Did you know they owned it? And they're taking a devastating loss. All thanks to AOC Democrat-style free tuition. People walking in the street below should look up as they pass by to make sure no sovereign fund managers land on them. RFR Holding has made an offer to buy the Chrysler building for between $100 million and $200 million, far below the $800 million paid for 90% stake in 2008, reports from Bloomberg. So the Chrysler building sold for $90 million less than Kenny Griffin's apartment. Makes sense. Turns out they're willing to take that big of a loss because the rent is too damn high. While the building is owned by one entity, the land under it is owned by another, and the rent is climbing higher than the skyscraper itself. It is reported that the building's owners do not own the ground beneath it and pay annual rent that went up from $7.75 million to $32 million in 2018 and was set to increase again in $41 million in 2028. Who would build a skyscraper on top of land they don't own? Idiots. Abu Dhabi, you gotta be an idiot. Citing brokers, the newspaper said those fees have eaten away at much of if not, of all the building's revenue. The building also has some 400,000 meters of space or square feet of space that is either vacant or will become so in the coming years. Wow, those are some steep increases in 2 years. Who is this price gouging landlord? A liberal university, of course, Cooper Union. They've run themselves into the ground and are now forced to take emergency measures to stay alive. This is from their outside financial monitor, which they need because they're incapable of running a business. A liberal university is running out of business. Hooray! Praise the Lord. Maybe it'll slow down a little bit of the millennials and those coming out of it, huh? The brainwashed souls. And there's a list of the school is a bloodbath of red ink. There you go. Pathetic. What is that, 236 million deficit? Conclusion. Just imagine what will happen if Democrats get their way and make tuition free. The entire country will look like the Chrysler building. A reader writes in to add, social justice activists and extreme leftists such as AOC has demanded tuition-free education. In this interview, AOC forcefully admits she intends to make the private sector pay for the $40 million price tag for her total agenda. We are witnessing fascist socialism of the kind that destroyed Venezuela, destroying one of the New York's most vaulted architectural treasures. You cannot have radical socialists using the law to pickpocket businesses into bankruptcy. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If the socialists get in control, the Democrats, or now the Socialist Communist Party, if they get in control in 2020, somehow, they will not only destroy the country, but people like AOC, Rashida Tlaib, the Muslim socialists, are going to be painting a picture that you're doing great while you are starting to eat out of garbage cans like Venezuela. They're going to be very happy. They're going to be laughing at you. That's exactly what's going to happen. Thank you for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement. Would you like to see most of your illnesses go away? Let me introduce you to the Water Smacker. A new modern breakthrough in science has come to knowledge, ridding your body of many toxins through this state-of-the-art new technology. The testimonials are endless. People have been healed of shingles, pancreas survivor healed, colon cancer patient healed. Your skin returns its oil back to itself and elasticity. Gray hair goes away. Look younger. Red blood cells return to being round. Plaque in your arteries is wiped out. Blood pressure is lowered. Feel stronger and have more energy. Return to a more youthful feeling and look. Pick up your Water Smacker today for only $350, and don't forget to mention Brother Jim sent you. The link is down below along with the website and other videos for a much longer description. Thank you.